What's going on, my Cancerian collective? Welcome to your understory new moon reading. I put the spread together just for this new moon coming up, this new moon in Leo on the 28th. So this is very exciting. Now I thought, what exemplifies a new moon energy more than the understory? All of that stuff going on under the surface of the tree canopy. So we're gonna see what's in store for you. A ton of other signs of beginning, really interesting stuff. So we're gonna see where this takes you. So I put together a specific spread for this, so that's very exciting, and it's been quite revelatory as well. So let's take a look and see here. Spirit, what messages do you have for Cancer, my Cancerian collective, please, for this Leo new moon? So we have discipline and time. I'm seeing sand through a hand. Maybe there's a different way you need to see or view your relationship to time just slightly differently right now, Cancer. Maybe. That's what I'm wondering. Maybe. Spirit, what messages do you? So we have adventure. This is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, and we also have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this is sort of the inhale position, right? So we have the inhale, the exhale, and the on the breeze. On the breeze is like how in the understory spores and different information travels on the breeze, right? I think about it as like the internet of the woods, right? So it is really how information is traveling and how energy is moving, but ultimately the guidance from spirit, which is really lovely to me here with this guidance, is your guidance. So just that you do have angels and guides around you right now. On the inhale, though, I think it's like you have this desire for maybe a little more adventure or just a sense of play. I'm hearing embarking. So there could be something that you're embarking upon, or maybe you just feel like it's like all work and no play. So this could be a time to start up a new hobby. It could be a good time to start working on a new project. Because I find sometimes my brain is so busy that I get bored and I need like something on the side to keep my, cylinders and synapses firing in a clear way so that my energy isn't like stagnant, right? Whoa. That, I don't even know what kind of shuffle that was, but it's a signature style now. It's a 52 pickup. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have to bridge this energy for Cancer, please? So we have the Hanged Man and we have the Two of Wands. I'm getting the impression here for you, Cancer, that it's like this is like taking the really big picture into consideration. I get the Two of Wands as being planning, but in the sort of everyday details, and the Hangman is like this big picture planning. So is it that you're feeling restricted or held back a little bit because of the details, or is it that you're feeling held back or stuck, like this, like there's not enough time, it's like this relationship to time is like slipping. 333 was on the time. Something slipping is what, like that sand through the hand. So it's like, how do you feel more abundant and how do you get connected to this? And I think the exhale is like releasing guilt. So this is perhaps, as the Eight of Swords, this is also an energy of feeling bound mentally, right? And incapable of moving forward in the way that you want to. So it could be that guilt is kind of holding you back because there's certain things that you just can't tend to. Right? It's like your eye is on the future and there's possibility in that, which is a beautiful thing. But I also am just getting that there's this guilt, like, you may feel guilty for wanting more fun. You may feel guilty for having fun, but I feel like you really need to free yourself from that because there's a lot of protection here for you. Yeah, you need to free yourself from that because I feel like what that does is if that guilt goes unaddressed, it not only becomes a tower, but the guilt that goes unaddressed also kind of puts you into this place of feeling like you have to fight to get your needs met because you can't recognize that you're not guilty. So the only way that things come is through conflict, through chaos, through hardship, through difficulty. So if you're not in a position of allowing things to flow because you feel like you don't deserve it, it really is like this sort of monster in your mind that sets you on a course of feeling really, really stuck. feeling really stuck. But there's signs that you're getting from spirit. There's absolutely signs that you're getting from spirit. You're also quite, the Three of Pentacles is guidance on the one hand. It's also collaboration. So it's like spirit might be kind of conspiring to get your attention with a couple things here. And I mean, synchronicities, like garden variety synchronicities, yes. But I feel like it's like bigger than that. Like there's bigger things that are shifting and changing, but you really need to be able to see it. You need to be able to see it. And I think that's where this page of Pentacles comes into play with this sort of, it's almost like an inner child sense of adventure, right? Sense of adventure, because it's like the slow exploration of something. And this is a lot of slow moving energy. And you might feel like you are, like you want things to go faster as well. Um, you might feel like you want things to go a bit faster, but yeah, I feel like I was wheezing a little bit because I went for a kayak this morning and it was lovely and it was wonderful. But it just there was a lot of pollen and just junk on the breeze, so forgive me. Um, but I think Cancer, there's some things that you need to allow yourself to feel or want, because this also strikes me as like not letting yourself just want something. Like it's like you're holding something back from yourself, like I can't want that, no, and like you just cut it off. No, when there's so much more. It's like you're limiting yourself because you feel like time is the only thing that you're seeing through. Time is the only lens through which you're seeing a situation. Time is the only, it's like I'm almost seeing like this sort of telescope that you're seeing through, and the setting that you're seeing, it's like the future looks blurry, but you've never experienced it as clear. So through that particular lens or telescope, all you can see is the blur, and you're calling that clarity. So I think that there's something here about shifting your perspective, and let everyone shift your perspective. It's so great. What the hell does that mean? Let me tell you, Cancer. I think that for you, based on this energy, there's some ways that you may feel like you can't quite ground. And I say ground because of the Page of Pentacles here. You may feel like there's ways that you can't really ground your ideas right now, or you can't ground the details into something where it meets with your passion and capacity to move things forward. And I think that part of the reason why that's stuck a little bit, honestly, is because of this Eight of Swords here, where it's like you are, it's difficult to move things forward if you feel bad about yourself, because are you creating from a place of openness, and are you making decisions from that place, or are you making decisions from a place where this outcome or this thing or this decision that I'm making, the thing that I'm choosing, is something that will make me feel less bad, right? Will it be something that makes me feel less awful? Because it's like the lesser of two evils, the devil, versus the blood. You know what I mean? Like that, those kinds of things become your mantra that attracts things to you that are either half-hearted, that, you don't really feel, you're like lukewarm about, that don't really, they're like, well, I would have been excited about this before, so I should just like it, right? But that's the kind of opportunities that you attract. Those are the kinds of lukewarm. I'm hearing lukewarm, relationships, and even lukewarm people. We can be those people too, where we're like in it, but not really excited. And like, it's okay. Like it's comfortable. There's, sometimes comfortable is good, but then other times coming out of your comfort zone is just as necessary. It's just as necessary, if not more important, I think. So the Eight of Swords, this Five of Swords, the Five of Swords is like this win at all costs. It's a competitive energy, which can be good, but it's like, are you in a competitive energy, or are you in an energy of inspiration, right? Or do you feel inspired by people? Or are you like, I think it was Awakening to Spirit talked about this in one of, I think it was Aries North Node. I feel like that's why it's resonating, because I watched that video. It was very good, but it talked about like, when you're in an energy of competing with other people, why? Well, like I'm seeing here that like, why do that? But part of that is like, if you feel guilty for wanting what you want, then what can sometimes happen is you feel like you have to be in that energy, because that's the only way to articulate what you need and want, and those needs, the potential for them to be met. So I do think, though, I do get the very strong impression that there's a lot of gifts from spirit and just connectedness to the universe as well. you hear about co-creation or co-conspiring with the universe. What does that feel like? Well, sometimes it feels like just a knowing. Then other times it can be where little things work out. Like you get the parking spot you want, whatever it is. Like sometimes spirit just conspires to make you smile that day, right? Like sometimes that's it, because that raises your vibration enough for the next day to meet you with more miracles, for the next day to meet you with something even more incredible. So Spirit, what messages do you have to clarify for my Cancerian collective for this understory new moon reading? Understory. There's something to this adventure. Like you're starting this, a lot of signs have been getting this, like this, the beginning of something new. I feel like it's a bit slow going, or has been slow going. Maybe overthinking or in your head a little bit about this because the details are unclear. Maybe you're worried about approaching something from this like overly competitive place. That could be an energy that you're worried about, right? Maybe you feel guilty about that, or you're worried about your approach, because I feel like these are energies of approach, right? Page of Pentacles is an approach energy. The Five of Swords is an approach, but it's more like a reproach energy, right? Like there's like some aspect of that. The Two of Wands, an approach. Like it's the ways that we address and do things. It's like pace and momentum. So it could be that things are slowing down a little bit, or there's like and that's where maybe time is playing tricks on you a little bit, Cancer. Okay, so we have the Emperor. So yeah, it's like there's, you really have to trust your own authority on something here too. You have to trust your own authority and release control at the same time, right? Release control simultaneously, because I feel like this is kind of how you start to trust yourself. Like there's something to this where you kind of have to trust yourself, and Spirit is kind of a co-conspirator in getting you to do that and getting you to trust your instincts. Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is about relationship and connection. So this relationship and connection piece is, I think, going to possibly feature pretty prominently. It could also be, again, this collaborative energy where Spirit's kind of prepping you in a way to be in that collaborative energy, to be in that Two of Cups place with others, because it sort of allows you to be in a receptive mode. It allows you to be in that place of not just receiving information, but receiving help, and then also the reciprocity of giving it too. But there's like this, tell me more about this slow approach, Spirit. Can you give me a clarifier on that for this understory reading? Ten of Cups. Oh, okay. So the whole damn thing. It's okay. I feel like that there's something going on here for you, Cancer, where there's a wish fulfillment, but there's something about this that you're hesitant to trust. You're hesitant to trust this. You might feel hesitant to trust because you don't have all the details, and it's just like guilt is like, if our set point isn't to, comfort or ease for a long time, what that can do is it can make us feel like we have to have all the details. It can make us feel like we need more information than what we have, even if we have a lot of information, because the problem isn't that we, are indecisive. It's that we don't know, like we're not trusting ourselves. And that's where this Emperor energy is here. Train's coming through town. The Emperor energy is here to say, trust yourself. You have the experience. You have the authority. You are your best authority here. That's Aries energy as well. So we have the Ten of Wands, the Six of Wands, 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands. Yeah, it's like letting go of guilt. You're doing this through this new moon. Full moons are typically a time of releasing, but I think that you can use the wisdom and the energy of every moon cycle, in service to releasing if you need to. Don't save it for a special occasion, right? If you need to let something go, do so. The energies are telling me here that if this is related to a thought pattern, it will be very helpful for you, because there's something about, with the Leo new moon energy, it's about, letting yourself shine, right? So it's about that creative shining that you're doing. But I feel as though this guilt is like getting in the way. Like, how dare you be happy, right? Like, how dare I be happy when, like, how dare you not, right? How dare you not? High Priestess and the Star. Wow. but you knew this, right? I feel like in a roundabout way, you knew this, and that is the ending of this. 10 of Swords on the bottom. High Priestess and the Star. Like, it's like, but you knew this. That's what I keep hearing. This is really healing energy, Cancer. Wow. Sometimes I get the cards and just the feeling that it leaves in my energy. It's like I'm so humbled. Like, I'm so humbled to read for you. The Three of Pentacles. Can you tell me more about this, Spirit, please? This Three of Pentacles. How are you in the details and helping my Cancerian collective through this understory new moon? Understanding what to walk away from and what to keep working on. Oh, wow. And then there was the Fool and the Fool and the Page of Wands on the bottom. Yeah, what to keep working on and what to walk away from. That's amazing. So that's going to be pretty clear, I think, Cancer. Yeah. This is fun. So the Seven of Wands and like what to defend. So this is almost like, you know, what to walk away from, what to keep working on, what to defend, and how to stick up for yourself or your ideas, how to protect those things in that Seven of Wands energy, right? We have the Tower. So this is Mars and Pluto energy. I feel like there's something. Oh, the Tower and the Ace of Cups. Oh, I see. And the Lovers. What? Okay. I'm going to stop pulling from that. But so, you know, I read for the creative energy and how, you know, if you're working on a project or there's something that you're in the midst of working on. But if this is relationship oriented, this is like almost an aside for somebody. But there could be some kind of message from Spirit coming in, because this is the guidance from Spirit, right? And then the aces in particular are gifts from Spirit, as opposed, like the messengers of the deck are the Knights and the Pages. So that's like people things, right? These aces are from Spirit. Exclusively. So I feel like there's going to be some kind of gift from Spirit about a connection or related to a connection. It could be a deepening of it based on the cards and the way they're showing up here, knowing what to work on. This is almost like adjacent to whatever's unfolding here for you, Cancer. Like there's something that's you're understanding how to work with your energy better and how to conserve it in terms of like what needs to be worked on, what can be released, what needs to be walked away from. You know, what do we need to defend in terms of like what can stick around and how are we working with it? Like how are we advocating, because this is in the traditional Rider-Waite. It's a card of advocacy, Seven of Wands, right? How are you advocating for your own energy and your well-being? Because this, it's almost like, you know, along the way, possibly a relationship shows up, right? This could also be friendship. If you're in a relationship already, this could be a depth of it's like recommitting, right? But there's a tower moment here, and this tower isn't one of like crash bang and the tree falls down. It's just more so like, oh, we needed to do that. Oh, you know, like it's just a recognition of a need. But if this is new, I do get the feeling that there might be something a little bit unexpected of a message. But this could also be an unexpected opportunity, right? An opportunity to share and express love, to express appreciation, right? This could be, if you're thinking friendship, this could be an unexpected opportunity to express friendship and to really communicate how much someone means to you. But I do think there's a bigger picture here, Cancer, in terms of you understanding how to kind of cultivate your own energy by getting out of your own way a little bit. So that is your Leo new moon reading. So your understory reading, my darling Cancerians. If this resonated, please give it a like and subscribe. I'd love to have you on the channel. But if you know, if this is where we part, there's other things, there's other videos and content you can check out there. So do that if you wish. But if this is where we part, I hope that wherever this finds you on the time-space continuum, morning, afternoon, or night, it finds you very, very well, my darlings. Take care.